Freedom Mortgage just got busted by the CFPB for not supporting real estate companies that don't support them. Well, ain't that great? You think I'm kidding? You wish. Okay, so there's lots of observations with this story. The CFPB just busted Freedom Mortgage and Realty Connect USA for kickbacks RESPA violations. Observations. Number one, the CFPB has not had any of these type of RESPA enforcement actions in over 6 years. So the CFPB has become somewhat docile under the new rulership, but this action could suggest a changing of the guard and the course. Second, what Freedom Mortgage and Realty Connect did is rampant in the real estate and lending community. They just drew the winning ticket with the CFPB, and we're going to talk about that. You see, it hasn't happened to you yet. Yet meaning you evaded today or you're eligible too. And the third point here is this whole thing, this rampant RESPA enforcement is out of freaking control. It doesn't make sense. So what happened?
According to the CFPB, Freedom Mortgage provided real estate agents and brokers with incentives, including cash payments, paid subscription services, and catered parties in exchange for agent and broker referrals for mortgage loan offerings.
All right, bad Freedom Mortgage, that's a RESPA violation. But just because the CFPB says it's a RESPA violation doesn't necessarily make that so. For example, if you're paying rent space or a desk fee as a loan officer working at a real estate office, your rent is only for the space that you occupy. If you receive an inordinate number of referrals from those agents in that office, are you then benefiting above and beyond the space rent? You know, for services not rendered? Bet your ass you are. Further, is your space rent commensurate with other rents in the areas for businesses not called mortgage lending and real estate? Kind of like, say, comps on an appraisal. Because if your rent is too high or even too low, then oops, yeah, that's a RESPA violation as well. Now, if you think I'm wrong, there's a little old lender in Podunk Nowhere, Missouri, who was busted by this CFPB a few years ago for this purpose, and it was expensive. And don't, by the way, get me started on new home builders. Anyways, let's keep going. Joanna?
Section 8 of RESPA prohibits a person from giving or accepting anything of value for referrals for settlement service business related to a federally related mortgage loan. It also prohibits a person from giving or accepting any part of a charge for services that are not performed. These are also known as kickbacks, fee splitting, and unearned fees.
Yeah, that RESPA language is a little slippery, don't you think? Kind of makes me think, depending on who's interpreting this, anybody could be found in violation of RESPA. But let's keep going on this one and see where you can find you and your company.
Other alleged violations include Freedom Mortgage offering real estate brokers and agents fee-free access to industry subscription services, which included information about property reports, comparable sales, and foreclosure data.
Well, that one just took down about 90% of all the mortgage companies in the country. Do you guys know any platforms like this? I certainly do. Listen, this being the new bar for enforcement for lenders is like getting a speeding ticket going 56 miles an hour on the freeway. In an industry of risk mitigation, this one can change the landscape of how a loan officer gets to market. Say a tectonic type of shift, if you will, which is exactly what we've been telling you over here at the National Real Estate Post for months now. This market is undergoing a remodeling, and many old ideas and strategies that were the norms before are now dinosaurs or pariahs. Now for my favorite one, proving that we all live amongst stacks of rocks inside our brittle little tiny glass homes.
Freedom Mortgage offered free access to parties and other exclusive events to realtors and brokers who gave them business.
So my realtors, believe it or not, have become my friends. Yes, lenders, we don't need to despise all of them. We've got realtors who are our friends. Now, we both have kids. My kids want to go see the Barbie movie, and they want to bring their friends with them. And I say, all right, Quinn, dear, you can go ahead and bring Susie and Sally, but you can't bring Cheryl or Shannon. Well, why not, Dad? Well, because it's illegal and Daddy could lose his damn job. Or, of course, being a lender, I could just go to these kids and collect, I don't know, the 13 or 15 bucks, plus, you know, popcorn and candy money from their parents or from them, but nobody ever did that ever because it's totally ridiculous and frankly, it's just unreasonable. I can't invite realtors over for my exclusive barbecue, my exclusive Super Bowl party, my birthday party, my block party, or what the hell are you doing in Labor Day in a couple of weeks? You better not invite your realtors to give you business, even if they are your friends. How stupid is that? It's a bunch of BS, and it does not mean Brian Stevens all the time. Ask yourself, how do you think these reports come about? And they do. Well, I'm going to tell you how they come about. It's a jealous, deadbeat competitor of yours who will probably be out of this business in a couple of months, is watching you and what you're doing with your marketing. And they're envious. And because they don't have any answers, they just report you. That's what they do. Just ask the folks up in Oregon. But that's another story for another day. Okay. Lastly, this one's infuriating. And if you or your company do not do what Freedom did here, then you're just dense. This is out of touch, unhinged, bureaucratic policy that is totally out of control. It is. I want you to think about what Joanna's going to tell you here, and then let's talk about this for a second because it's crazy.
Freedom Mortgage reportedly denied requests for event sponsorship from real estate brokerages that did not refer mortgage business to Freedom's loan officers.
Which is exactly what you're supposed to do. Why on earth would you support anyone, any company, any brokerage who doesn't support you in any business, anywhere, for any reason? The CFPB says lenders need to support real estate companies that don't support them? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm thinking to myself, who in the hell did Freedom piss off over at the CFPB? Because this is stupid. If this is the new regulatory bar, then for this upcoming Christmas, I hope the Taliban has a bell and a bucket outside of Walmart right next to the Salvation Army bell and bucket, because evidently I need to support both of them in order to be compliant with the CFPB. So Freedom has to pay over $1 million. The real estate company has to pay a couple $100,000. And a word to the wise here, there's a new sheriff in town over at the CFPB and are evidently not too terribly concerned about logic. Hope this helps. AI and the loan officer. What's that all about? Well, Carl White and Tammy from The Marketing Animals, they have a solution for you. They've got a downloadable that you can get right now free of charge. Check it out, digest it, and apply it to your business. It is The Marketing Animals. These guys kick butt. You can get it. It's located right around me somewhere. And on with the show.